senior executives are getting a call back from their former employers. In October, Vedanta announced that its former acting chief financial officer, Ajay Goyal, would return to the firm for a second stint. In September 2022, Adani Cement brought back Ajay Kapoor to Ambuja Cements NACC as the chief executive officer of Adani Cement. Adani Group acquired the two cement units in September last year, and with that, Kapoor also started his second stint at Ambuja ACC. Meanwhile, Shree Cement has appointed its former CFO Ashok Bhandari as senior advisor this financial year. It seems that the boomerang employees trend is currently playing out at some of India's largest companies. They are seeing value in tapping their former talent pool for senior executive positions. Talent solution experts say that many companies have even started maintaining active alumni networks to keep in contact with their former employees. Put simply, a boomerang employee is someone who leaves a company for professional or personal reasons and then hired again to the same firm. Their cohort has been growing in recent years, with LinkedIn's data showing that of all the new hires among companies on LinkedIn, 4.5% were boomerang employees in 2021, up from 3.9% in 2019. The term boomerang employees entered popular imagination at around 2020 and 2021. The COVID-19 pandemic, rise of new age companies, and the aftermath of the Great Resignation all playing a role there. But why is this trend playing out among India Inc.'s senior execs now? According to Randstad India MD and CEO Vishwanath PS, significant growth has been seen in the number of boomerang employees over the last few months. According to him, one key driver is that the Great Resignation has evolved into the Great Regret. Business volatility in many industries caused leaders to switch jobs and sectors to explore newer markets, innovative offerings, and business models. However, some of these senior executives are now returning to their previous employers a year or two late. Like boomerang employees, the start of the Great Resignation also preceded the COVID outbreak. But the pandemic spurred on the trend in 2021, according to the Harvard Business Review. While the trend saw a record number of employees voluntarily quit their jobs, mostly in the US, there was evidence of it in India too. When it comes to those at senior positions in India Inc., the Great Resignation was driven by the lure of new age technology companies, entrepreneurship, and exciting opportunities in emerging sectors. Now, experts say that a year or two later, some of them have found that the culture and opportunities at the organizations they had left behind suited them better.
So, from an employer's perspective, the familiarity with the operation and the familiarity with the cultural fit and the style of the executive is very attractive if they can be brought back. And case in point, of course, is Vedanta, where Anilji went after Ajay, and Ajay decided to quit Beju's in 6 months and go back. And I think it's familiar territory for Ajay. So for him also, it was good to go back to a place that he was familiar with. The whole idea of continuity in system, process, culture, that is what is driving it from both sides.
If you look at from the organization point of view, it's the fitment, it's their ability to, and also whether they're meeting the expectation as well from a business point of view as well. And I think that likewise, it's on the other side as well, where the employee, they kind of explored the options because of their career aspiration, and they realized that it's not meeting their aspirations. And also because of the social bonds or the emotional bonds that they have with their previous employers is why they want to come back, because they also find it more safe place for them to operate.
The other reason, companies themselves have also stepped up their efforts to attract former employees with lucrative offers amid a fierce war for talent at the top.
There is an absolute war for talent it is so difficult to find the right fit, and it's so important to retain people who can keep key functions going. Particular importance are finance and information technology and sustainability now. There is an amazing war for talent that is also reflecting in the kind of remuneration packages. The long term incentive thought process is getting tremendously sharpened.
And there are good reasons why companies are willing to go the extra mile for boomerang employees, particularly at senior positions. As one MIT Sloan Management Review article explains, hiring them can be beneficial for the company because the returning employees already know the organization's culture and the employer's expectations. They tend to have a faster onboarding speed than new hires. Employers can also save between 1/3 and 2/3 on recruiting costs when hiring former employees. Noting these advantages, companies like JSW Group and Dalmia Cement have also retained senior talent beyond retirement in advisory roles. However, organizations must also be mindful of the challenge associated with picking boomerang employees for senior positions.
The biggest challenge is demotivation of current people. So if you have I would personally want to search very deep for talent which we can promote before we do the Dharvapsi piece, because I don't want to disrupt the harmonious motivation that we are developing. And therefore, one has to be careful. It should not be done as a cost-saving device.
The trend of the boomerang senior execs is driven by a combination of factors. But the two main drivers are companies want a known leader amid ongoing disruptions, and in some cases, the execs themselves want to return to familiar territory. Experts expect the ongoing talent war to drive the trend going forward.
If you like this video, share it and subscribe to Business Standard. For more news, views and insights, log on to www.business-standard.com. Do also follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Telegram and LinkedIn.
She's working her way to the corner office. Business Standard.